here's the thing. We would like to do it again.
Who is we?
All right, Sistas fans. Now, unlike Silk Sonic, this is one door that fans were hoping wouldn't be left open. In the trailer for Season 3 Part 2, beginning October 13th, which isn't that far away when you really think about it, towards the end, there was a moment where, and let's be completely honest here, this is after Robin and Andy have had sex. Robin says, we would like to do it again. We, and then we turn, Robin turns his head around, a door opens up, and before we even see it halfway open, we just know somebody's coming out of it. The screen fades to black. And the big question is, who's behind that door? Who's coming out? They up in the closet? Who's coming out? Now, some people have said, Jeremy, that's clearly Andy's home based on the painting on the wall. I was too lazy to do research on that. Like, by the time I post this video, maybe I'll have gone and gotten screenshots to say, oh, this is Andy's place, or no, this is Robin's hotel room he's at. I don't know. But in any case, the person coming out of behind the door, Robin's like, we would like to do it again, which somewhat implies that this is a setup for a threesome. I know I might be reaching here, but I have maybe about 7 potential suspects for who could be behind the door. And if any of these happen to be right, holy crap. Or this could be completely a waste of time because I'm wrong. But this is the most requested video after the official trailer. But before going forward, make sure you take a moment to hit like and subscribe. That way you help out the channel in more ways than you can imagine. Let's try to get this video up to 150 thumbs up. So hit the thumbs up button to like it. And help me close in on 200,000 subscribers. So if you haven't subscribed yet, please do that. We got about 15,000 more people to go. So I'm going to name the people, give brief reasoning why they could be the person behind the door, and that's honestly about it. So, this entire situation could be something that Andy obviously never expected, because Robin could be a freak. He's like, threesomes, I don't know. Or this could be some elaborate scheme. To be completely honest, it's really hard to even walk 2 steps in this show before fans are like, this character must be working with Alonzo, or this character might be working with such and such. Don Bellamy, aka Andy's former boss before he got fired from the firm, and then it was Andy who took his spot as a partner. What if he's behind this? Now, whenever a situation comes up like this, whether it be murder or revenge, who's the person to benefit from it the most? Who's the person who has the biggest vendetta against the character who's apparently going to be the victim here? And what we know about Robin is that he works at the, a law firm in the UK, and now he's, going to be around a little bit more because he just started working with the law firm that Andy works at, somewhat as a liaison between his firm and Andy's firm. And, that means business is going to be operated where Robin's going to be around a lot more. So could this just be, I don't really know about the inner workings of a law firm, like, partners can intermingle with each other. Could it be Bellamy trying to get incriminating evidence on Andy? He's like, haha, look, she slept with one of our potential partners and this and that. And, obviously we know Robin has been the one to pursue Andy, but at the end of the day, there's a lot of he said, she said, but it all comes down to evidence. So Bellamy could be sabotaging Andy as revenge for her getting him fired. So it could be Bellamy because, maybe he's been attracted to Andy. You never know. Which leads to number 2, Morris, who was in a 3-way scheme with Jasmine and Bellamy to use Andy as a scapegoat in order to get a major payday from Jasmine divorcing Gary. Do you think Morris could be a potential partner in this? Because, obviously he tried to force himself on Andy when he was under the influence, but, Andy was one of many women he's tried this with. So just like Bellamy, because the plans fell through, he could possibly want revenge as well. I'm going to skip Jasmine because, yes, she's on my list, but let me just go. You know what? No. I'll talk about Jasmine now. Same with the first two, Jasmine, but like I said, the way Robin said it, he said it in such a way like, hey, the person who's about to come into this room wants to do what we just did along with us. So unless Jasmine has a thing for Andy, I don't think this is her. Not to mention, she should still be in jail right now, given the fact that, well, it was stated by Karen, yes, Gary's ex, who's apparently in jail now for shooting him and attempting to shoot Andy, she filed a lawsuit against us. Now, Robin is involved in legal affairs, so maybe he got her out, but I think Jasmine is a bit of a reach. I think Jasmine would appear before the end of season 3. I could be wrong, but it wouldn't surprise me if she doesn't appear. It wouldn't surprise me if she does appear before the end of the season, but I don't think it's Jasmine. Now, then we move on to... Sheesh, I'm really naming a lot of characters who we haven't seen in quite a while. Or we go to Leslie, because of the fact that Leslie could be coming back. She obviously is someone who's... Yes, she's a female private investigator, but she's flirted with Andy damn near every time they've interacted with each other. And maybe this could be payback. It's like, hey, you know how I helped you and your little fiance get out of the mess you were in back at the end of season 1? Well, payback. Let's do it. But I highly doubt it. Paris, no. I mean, Gary... Paris has only been brought up in conversation by Gary, but I don't think Paris is the guy. Not to mention, like, Paris and Robin knowing each other. Well, given the fact that Robin has been around the law firm, it's potentially possible that he's met up with Miss Irene and Paris has come by to do a couple of odd jobs, but I highly doubt that. Paris seems to be involved with just women instead of threesomes, so there's a possibility. Then we get to like the last two, Gary and or / his therapist, because of the fact that Gary always knows, like, oh yeah, you're going to meet up with him again, huh, Robin? And then obviously he wants to have sex. Well, I don't want to say he wants to have sex with Andy, because he's literally been fighting his own inner demons, thinking about every time you touch me or I touch you. Every time you touch me, all I can think about is him touching you. And it's just one of those situations where, haha, I got you. Kind of like how she walked in on him with the therapist. And, could the therapist be involved in this? The more I list out these names, the more convoluted it sounds, because I have no earthly idea who this person could be. There have been a number of kind of like one-off characters who have been attracted to Andy. Like the bellman, the guy who's a father, I believe owns the apartment complex that Andy stays in. The one police officer, I think the one that actually arrested Zach for the credit card stuff. He got the report from Andy about being attacked by Jasmine and her girls. He gave her number. His number. And the list goes on. So I'm going to be honest here. I have no flipping idea who's behind that door. Who's going to come in the room. But, obviously we'll find out eventually. I don't feel bad for Andy, because the fact that it's clear that she's only using Robin because she's pissed off at Gary. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you think any of my potential guesses have any weight to them? I'll probably have like 8 suspects on screen and maybe like a little question mark, because there could be a person that I didn't theorize to be coming through the door, but then they'll be coming through the door. Who knows? But as always, I appreciate the support on the channel, and I'll catch you all next time.